We like to drink beer, a lot of it. After a long night of drinking and talking crime and conspiracies, there's nothing that wakes us up and gets us ready to start the day better than Just Brew coffee. With a great selection of roast levels to choose from, you're guaranteed to find one that suits your style. Small batch roasted to highlight the unique features of each coffee bean, Just Brew coffee caters to both casual and hardcore coffee drinkers alike. Since 2010, Just Brew Coffee has worked tirelessly to perfect the roasting process and technique, which has resulted in seriously delicious, always flavorful, and never bitter tasting coffee. If you're already drinking JBC, raise your mug. If you're not, raise your standards. Check them out in social media and remember, they roast, you just brew.
Check out their new online store at youjustbrew.com and up your coffee game today. Use code NECRO15 to receive 15% off your order of 2 pounds or more.
All right, so we finally have a topic that I know something about, at least a little bit about.
Yeah.
And I think this might have been my first request we've done yet on the show.
I think so.
Congratulations.
I'm very proud of this moment. This is big for me.
You didn't even have to read the notes.
I didn't even have to read the note. I mean, I skimmed them, don't get me wrong. I still appreciate all the work you put in making these notes. But I knew this story pretty well, dating back to when I had first heard that American Horror Story was doing the hotel season.
Right.
And that this Elisa Lam video was what helped inspire it. So I jumped on YouTube, watched the Elisa Lam video, and it's a pretty crazy story.
It's creepy.
It really is.
Very creepy.
Yeah.
There's just so much unknown, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Elisa Lam.
All right. So she was born April 30th, 1991, and she disappeared on January 31st, 2013. She was a Canadian student at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, but she was not registered in the beginning of 2013. She came to the U.S. to get away on a getaway through California, just kind of a vacation.
Right.
From her social media posts, it looked like she was just trying to clear her mind and kind of figure out what she was doing in life.
Not that uncommon, I think, for people of that age.
Yeah, no.
I think traveling alone's kind of uncommon, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would
traveling
agree
to the
with
big
that.
city by yourself when you're a 21-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Maybe not the greatest idea.
And
Probably
especially in a different country where you're not familiar with things.
A little dangerous.
Yeah. So she used to travel, she used Amtrak and city buses. She had visited the San Diego Zoo and posted photos that she took to her social media accounts. And then on January 26th, she arrived in Los Angeles. And I couldn't find out what she was doing for the 2 days before she checked into the Cecil Hotel, but she was somewhere.
Maybe that's part of the mystery of this story.
Yeah.
And for context, the Hotel Cecil's down in Skid Row in downtown LA.
Yeah, it's not the best of neighborhoods.
Right.
I still maintain that if I ever went to LA, I'd stay there for at least one night.
You should.
I would not.
The updated Cecil Hotel.
What'd you say it's called now?
The Stay on Main, I believe is what it's called. Kind of renovated and redid after, well, we'll get into all the shit that's happened at the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, so it has a background throughout history of just some dark stuff going on. Supposedly Elizabeth Short, which is the victim of the Black Dahlia murder, is thought to have made her last stop at the Cecil, and that kind of sounds like it could be an urban legend. There's no proof.
Well, I was
of that,
looking.
but-
It said there were eyewitness accounts of her drinking in the bar there. And
I was just
the
gonna ask
days before she was murdered.
If we thought they might have had a good hotel bar. I'm a sucker for hotel
I bet they had a
bars.
great hotel
Yeah.
bar. No,
I mean,
they
you
probably
pull-
didn't.
You pull up.
Probably bought 40-ounce Paps. And said,
Well, fun times have been had with 40-ounce Pafs.
This woman named Goldie Osgood, her nickname was the Pigeon Lady of Perishing Square.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Home Alone 2. No? The Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. Lost in New York?
I can't even say I've seen Home Alone 2.
You've never seen that?
Not
Wow.
2, I don't
Says the
think.
judging people who have not seen Indiana Jones and any Die Hard or Friday the 13th. Anyone out there who's seen Home Alone 2 is going to understand the pigeon lady.
You should have done the reverse bit and done my bit on me. You could have got me.
Yeah.
We could have. I'm not a prankster, though.
I think my favorite part is when Marv goes to turn on the faucets and they're hooked up till then he fucking turns into a skeleton, getting electrocuted.
Right. I haven't seen that movie in years now. I want to watch it.
Good stuff. So supposedly this woman, or she was raped and murdered in her room at the Cecil, and that went unsolved. And then serial killers Jack Unterweger and Richard Ramirez both stayed at the Cecil for a brief time while they were active in killing.
Richard Ramirez, friend of the show.
Yeah. Screen door intruder.
So it's got a pretty classy clientele in
Yeah.
its past.
Yeah, and I was reading there's a ton of suicides here
And
too.
I was just going to say, like you had mentioned, that it's known for just a bunch of suicides. People
Yeah.
jumping out of their
Jumpers, right?
windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one I was reading about where someone jumped out of the window and hit somebody on the street below and killed that person with
thanks.
themselves.
Appreciate
I
it.
think that was back like a long time ago. Now hotel windows, you can't open those. You can't really bust those out.
Oh, really?
You know, I'm pretty sure they have it so that you can't do that anymore. This must have all been before, those renovations
Yeah.
started occurring.
I think
At least the window jumpers. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
people blowing their heads off or, anything else they might be
Right.
doing.
American Horror Story did a bit on that. Had somebody jump out the window and land on someone.
I can't remember the whole season.
Well, that sounds familiar.
That
yeah.
was
Yeah.
did you watch that one? The one it had
some of it
was
with
the
Lady
Gaga
Gaga,
one.
right?
Yeah.
That's why
She
I
was
watched
fantastic.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got old though. It just never seemed to go anywhere.
I never finished an American Horror Story season except for season 1.
Sometimes
I get
they're tough to
bored.
get through. There's just so much stuff that they put in that like you miss like 3 minutes of an episode and you're behind the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot.
So when Elisa checked in, she was initially given a shared room with other guests on the 5th floor, which I would have been like, nah, I'm good.
So it's like a hostel and you
That's what I
shared
was going to
rooms
say.
with
It's
people.
like hostel style. I didn't know that.
Sounds awful.
I would be like, nah, I'm going somewhere else.
I'll go to the Hilton.
Right. After 2 days, she was moved to a different room after complaints from the roommates there. It was described as certain odd behavior, but that quote's from a lawyer from the Cecil. So
You
these
know what
people,
that meant?
no, these people that she stayed with never came out and said anything, but the quote certain odd behavior is from the lawyer for the Cecil during the lawsuit.
Which could mean anything.
Yeah. And I've seen
Maybe
theories.
she snored.
Yeah, I mean,
She's Canadian. They're all a little odd. They're nice human beings up there. These Americans didn't know how to react to someone being polite and thoughtful and kind.
right. Well, I saw too, there was theories that maybe they just wanted to get her out of there. Like they wanted the room to themselves. Because it sounded like it was a group that all knew each other and then they threw her into the
It's
situation.
even more
could
uncomfortable
be.
for her.
Yeah, exactly. So Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and she was prescribed 4 medications. Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant, Effexor, which is another antidepressant, Lamictal, which is a mood stabilizer, and Seroquel, which is an antipsychotic.
Is that a lot? Or is that pretty much
That
standard?
sounds kind of heavy. Is that
Standard. Yeah, that's pretty standard. According to her family, it was supposedly kept a secret and she had never tried to commit suicide before, but then there was reports out there that she had gone missing for a brief period of time, which that kind of
Prior to her doing these travels and stuff.
right, yeah. In mid 2010, she started a blog named The Ether Fields on Blogspot. And over the next 2 years, she posted pictures of fashion models and typical stuff that a girl her age would post. But then she posted a lot about her struggles with bipolar disorder. In a January 2012 blog post, she posted that she had a relapse with her disorder that resulted in her dropping several of her classes. So it sounds like whatever happened with her being bipolar is why she wasn't registered in the beginning of
Enrolled,
2013.
Yeah.
She titled that post, "You're always haunted by the idea that you're wasting your life." And
It's a little depressive. Right?
yeah, a little bit. And then after using Blogspot for 2 years, she switched over to Tumblr, where the stuff she posted was basically the same.
What is Ether Fields? What does that mean? Any idea?
No.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Sounds like a cool name. But we'll get back into her Tumblr later on because that'll kind of ties in a little bit. So she called her parents back in British Columbia every day while she was traveling. And on January 31st, she was supposed to check out from the Cecil and leave for Santa Cruz. And since her family did not hear from her that day, they contacted the Los Angeles police and flew to LA to search for her.
Like the very next day?
It sounded like it, yeah.
Yeah, pretty quick.
The hotel staff that saw her that day said she was alone. And there's this woman named Katie Orphan, who was a manager of a nearby bookstore, who was the only person outside of the Cecil who actually recalled seeing her that day. And she said, this is a quote from her, said she was very outgoing, very lively, and very friendly. And she was looking for gifts to take home to her family.
So she didn't seem to be problematic, at least at that point.
No, unless she was...
And this was the day, January 31st, the day she allegedly went missing.
Yeah, unless she was manic and was real talkative and super hyper and, full energy.
Yeah, someone outside wouldn't know. They would think she's a friendly person.
Right. The police searched the Cecil as much as they could at the time. They searched her room and had dogs go through the building, including the rooftop, but they didn't pick up her scent. They couldn't search every room because they didn't have probable cause that anything happened there.
She could have just left.
Yeah.
So on February 6th, the LAPD made the case more public and asked for any help finding Elisa, and they distributed flyers around town and online, which, I don't know, it sounded like that was a little long to post online about
Almost a
her.
week?
Yeah. To throw something up online. I don't know. That's just me.
You think they waited too long to post something?
A week to...
Well, because it's not even considered, missing persons for like 3 days.
You always
Right?
see that on TV. I don't know. Is that true?
I always thought so.
I don't know.
I guess she's an adult. She's an adult at that time.
Right.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
kids
no.
are different.
It's a different state. Who knows what the laws are? It's LA. It's no man's land.
Probably
Yeah,
causes cancer to report it too early.
So they waited till on February 15th with no sign of her being found. They released a surveillance video of her last known sighting. And the video is from one of the elevators in the Cecil. And it was recorded on February 1st.
Which is the day after she would have been checked out.
Right. It
Right.
seemed like maybe it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's odd.
The video, I mean, we all know it went viral. And
That's the reason why this story's popular.
right.
Because of the video.
And it's mainly because of her strange behavior, that you can see while it's recording.
Sure.
So at the start of the video, Lisa enters the elevator wearing a red zip-up hoodie, gray t-shirt with black shorts and sandals. She enters the elevator from the left and goes to the control panel and pushes a ton of buttons and then steps back into the corner, which that would be the right-hand corner, right?
If you're looking out.
Yeah,
If you're looking
she
from- the back right.
yeah, so she backs into the right-hand corner. And then after a few seconds...
And when she backs into the corner, like she backs in like against the wall, right?
yeah, like
This is like she's like flat against the wall, almost like she's trying to like hide herself.
Right. And then when the door doesn't close, she steps forward and sticks her head out both ways real quick.
Yep.
Like quickly, like peeks out and looks
Yeah.
both ways, almost like you're expecting to see someone.
Right.
And pulls herself back in real quick.
Yeah. And then she backs up to the wall, then moves to the corner, and then goes to the control panel again. And the whole time the elevator door just stays open.
Which is strange.
Yeah.
It's really weird how the elevator stays open for the whole
The
video.
whole time, yeah.
So then she goes out of the elevator and kind of steps to the left a little bit, and you can't see her fully in the frame, but you can see her right hand go up like it's like she's touching her head. And then she turns to re-enter the elevator and puts both of her hands on the sides of the doors. And then she goes back to the control panel, pushes more buttons, and then goes back to the wall that she had come from. Like goes back towards the left where she came from. Mm-hmm. Puts her hands over her ears briefly, and then walks back to the section she'd been standing at before, and the elevator doors remain open.
Just very odd, random, weird
Yeah.
motions.
And kind of the way she moves is just strange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, she like takes a couple steps forward, like 2 steps,
Yeah.
then takes them side. Like she's not.
Strange movements.
Yeah. So while she's outside the elevator, she turns to her right and begins like rubbing her forearms together. And then her hands wave out to her sides with her palms flat and her fingers outstretched, while like kind of like it almost looks like she's rocking forward a little bit. And that's all seen through the elevator doors because they stayed open the whole time.
And this is the creepiest part of the video to me, because her movements are very odd. They almost look like she's like gesturing to someone or talking to someone. So 1, that's creepy because who would she be talking to? 2, if she's not talking to someone, what is she doing? because she's making very weird, very deliberate movements that is just very odd.
Yes.
It's the creepiest part of the video.
When I watched it again, it almost looked like if someone was blindfolded trying to feel for something.
That's exactly what it looks
like how she was
like.
moving.
She's waving her hands in front of her like she's trying to feel for something in the dark.
Right.
But then like flipping her wrists over and making very weird movements, almost like dancing in slow motion, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, like Elaine Bennis, Seinfeld type, terrible dancing, but dancing. And again, if she was talking with someone or joking with someone, it would make a lot more sense.
Right.
But what is she doing? You know,
Yeah.
if she's not talking to someone, then it's just extremely odd behavior.
If only there was a security camera in the hallway.
If only
Put it all together.
We're near Skid Row, Dave. There's no.
So yeah, and as she's outside, you can see her just leave towards the left, towards the way she came, and then the elevator door finally closes.
It's several seconds later. Like she walks out of frame, just takes off, and then several seconds later, the elevator doors finally close, and then it just moves on.
Yeah.
It's weird how it stayed open for so long, and then it's just creepy how once she's finally gone, they just close.
Yeah. It is spooky.
Yeah.
Right. And we need to note that there's a minute missing from the tape itself.
Yeah, it looks like that's the weird thing too, is the bottom where it's showing the time is so
timestamp
it's so
is pixelated.
pixelated. You can't even really tell, but you can see it kind of jump
Forward a minute, like someone cut a minute out.
That's what they said. It looked like a minute was
like.
cut before it was given to police.
Yeah.
Now, why couldn't police go and get the rest of it? Or did they just say it was damaged? Who knows?
Yeah.
Some people I think I saw speculated that maybe they just edited it to take out some innocent bystander who might have walked by in the elevator. Or were they trying to protect somebody and cut it out?
That's still pertinent.
Yeah,
well, but maybe the police thought it not pertinent if someone walked by. I don't know. There's not a whole lot that's known about why it was cut.
Well, but they released a video before they had even knew what happened to her, so I would think it would be pertinent at that point.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that they'd be like, hey, there's this person also in the frame. We want to talk to this person.
Yeah, if they're putting it out to the public, absolutely.
If the police saw that, but maybe the hotel said, oh, this minute got cut. It's damaged. This is all we have.
Oh, you think? All right.
And maybe they were protecting something.
Yeah, maybe. So as the video went viral, there's tons of theories popping up online. I think when I was reading the statistics on it, it shot into the millions of views, like basically overnight. How quickly this video went viral.
Right. It's a creepy video.
Yeah. One of the main theories is that she was trying to get the elevator to move to escape someone that was trying to attack her or harass her or whatever. Yeah. Some people said that she might be under the influence of drugs like ecstasy or like a party drug or something. And then when her bipolar disorder became known to the public, that became a common theory that she was having some type of a psychotic episode. But like those were the more recent ones. But there's a ton of paranormal theories out there, with the main one being the Korean creepypasta elevator game,
which I had never heard of until this Elisa Lam story.
The elevator action game, the great video game from the 80s.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That's great. Where you're a spy and you're going up in the elevators killing people.
That sounds fun.
It's fantastic.
I probably would have played that.
So
you want me to read this?
You're gonna read the.
So here's the rules to this is Korean, you said? Korean.
I think, where does it say? Somewhere in there it says like, oh no, this one I just put the rules. There's a little bit of a story leading up to it that somebody had found this somewhere in South Korea or North Korea.
Yeah, I was going to ask where this came from.
Yeah, like they found, I don't know, they found it somehow through like a Korean website or something like that. Yeah.
So
do it in your most spooky voice.
Oh, I don't know if I can do all that. Before we get into this, I don't think any of us actually believe this. This is just one of the theories that's out there that
I would like to try it.
I mean, like we said before, you're going to piss somebody off trying to fuck around with an elevator like this and hijack it for the night. People just trying to get up to their rooms. So to play this game, you need at least one person, but can be played with more, a public building with at least 10 floors, and an elevator. To start the game, players need to enter the elevator. Press the 4th floor. Do not proceed if someone enters the elevator or one of the players leaves the elevator. If someone does that, start from the beginning.
I don't think you got to read that every time. That kind of...
Okay. It does repeat, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Then you press the 2nd floor.
Do the same thing.
Then you press the 6th floor. Then you go back to the 2nd floor. Then you go to the 10th floor. Then you go to the 5th floor. If a woman enters the elevator at the 5th floor, do not look at her, do not speak, and don't talk to her. The woman is not a human. If you do, she will decide to keep you for her own.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think of like the Ring Girl.
Yeah, that's how I picture it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At this point, press the 1st floor. Again, do not proceed if someone enters the elevator or if someone leaves. You must start over. When you press the 1st floor, the elevator will either ascend or descend. If the elevator reaches the 1st floor, leave and do not look back. If the elevator reaches the 10th floor, leave and do not respond to the woman if she asks, "Where are you going?" or "What's wrong?" Her voice will be high when she asks this. You are in the other world. If you're alone, you're in the other world, and electronics will not work in this world. The other world is identical to our world, but the two differences you will see are all the lights will be off, and the only thing you will be able to see from the windows is a red cross in the distance.
And Olivia Wilde has 5 Best Actress Oscars.
Only in this world.
So what are you supposed to do in the other world if you make it there?
I don't understand why you do this. Why would
out.
you, first of all, hijack a damn elevator while people are waiting, trying to just go live their lives?
Yeah. I think of, is it Hellraiser 2? When they're like in that other dimension and the thing's spinning.
I'm trying to think of the spinning part.
The fucking thing, the box, what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
And it turns into a diamond. There's like this fucking
Yeah.
light coming out of
I
it.
haven't
It's like a
watched
whole
that
different
forever.
dimension.
Okay.
That's what I think of. Like you just
Okay.
step out of an elevator into this fucking,
Right.
yeah,
Pinhead's there
creepy ass dimension.
shooting hooks into you.
So a couple tips then for this game, should you find yourself in the other world. Getting back to your own world may be more difficult than it seems. You may become disoriented and forget which elevator in which you arrived. The elevator may seem to get further and further away from you as you walk towards it. Be vigilant, and keep your wits about you. What did I say?
I don't
Vigilant. The village idiot.
Be vigilant, and keep your wits about you. If at any point during the ritual you faint, pass out, or otherwise lose consciousness, you will likely wake up in your own home with your genitals touched. However, be sure to carefully examine your surroundings upon waking. The home to which you have been returned may not be the one you left when you first set out to attempt
You might
this
be
ritual.
the other world, even if you're in your home.
Yeah, but don't pass out and don't get diddled.
I like how some of this is in all caps and
Don't look at her.
Like you're supposed to scream this.
You also shouldn't try this too many times because it makes you susceptible to accidentally slipping through the worlds.
Then you're real fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a really
So
fun
that's the
game.
elevator game that they think she might have been playing. I don't see that, especially because the elevator didn't move.
She got stopped at
Like she was
step
stuck on
number one.
Yeah, she was stuck on one floor, and she left the elevator. Clearly, you're not supposed to leave the elevator.
The creepypasta website I found that on, the comment section was hilarious with people talking about wanting to try it. There's just some real nonsense.
I'm not gonna lie,
Comments
I would
going on.
absolutely laugh and do it and joke about it, but I'd be a little bit nervous as I was doing it.
It's like looking in the mirror and saying Bloody Mary 3 times or whatever.
But we would get someone that looks like the Ring Girl to come in the elevator with you. Like remember when the new Ring movie was out and they had the promo they were cutting in like a Best Buy store.
Oh, and then like
And then
someone
the
scared
girl
her.
crawled out of the TV.
Yeah.
That's what we would do to you.
That's the way to do it.
So yeah, I mean obviously that's not an accurate theory.
Says you.
During the search for Elisa, guests at the Cecil started complaining about how the like low water pressure while they were showering and stuff. And then some also started to complain that the water would briefly turn black before, and then it would like clear out when you left it running for a while. And it had like a weird sweet taste.
Ugh.
And then on the morning of February 19th, Elisa's body was found in one of the 4 1,000-gallon water tanks on the rooftop of the Cecil.
Oh,
After people have been bathing and drinking this water.
the stuff these people ingested.
Yeah. Ugh.
Not great. I saw that the lawyer was talking about like how much like cleaning, like it sounded like basically bleach would be in the water that it wouldn't affect them. I'm like, that doesn't really sound much better when you're talking about ingesting water filled with bleach.
Well, sounds better than this.
Yeah. Yeah, those tanks provided water to guests' rooms, the kitchen, and a coffee shop that they had there. So,
But it probably just they're like, oh, this tastes like Starbucks.
Ooh.
they had to cut the tank open and drain it since the maintenance hatch was too small for them to really get in there and be able to remove her body.
Interesting.
February 21st, the Los Angeles Coroner's Office issued the cause of death as being accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder being a significant factor. The coroner's full report was released that June, and it stated that Elisa's body had been found naked, with the clothing that she was wearing in the elevator video found floating in the water. Her clothes were also coated in a sand-like particulate, which I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, what is that? Does that just mean they were like sandy?
I don't know. It was quoted in her thing. I just included it because it sounded weird.
Or maybe like she was rolled up in something that rubbed off on her. And
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then her watch and her room key were also in the tank with her.
It's very odd that she was naked.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Unless she was having some kind of episode and did it herself.
Yeah.
But again, I think there's some issues, I think, that speak against her doing that. We can get to in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, and you just kind of alluded to it. It determined how she died, but it didn't really give an explanation as to how she got into the tank in the first place. The doors and stairs that access the hotel's roof are locked, with only the staff having passcodes and keys to get up there. And any attempts to force open the doors would, I guess, supposedly they had alarm systems set up to trigger an alarm if
Right.
you try to go out there. But there is a fire escape on the side that would allow somebody to bypass all those alarms and stuff, and you could still get up there on your own.
Do you think she would have accidentally found that, though?
Who knows? There was a video made by a Chinese guy after her death, and he posted online that showed that there was an easy way to get up there from the fire escape. And that two of the lids of the tanks were actually open from the Google image.
But when they found
That's
her,
interesting.
the tanks were closed.
Yeah, I have a theory on that.
What's that?
You want to get to it now?
Well, whenever. We can wait.
Apart from the question as to how she got on the roof, people were curious about how she even just got into the tank herself. All four of the tanks are 4 by 8 foot cylinders propped up on a concrete block, and there's no way to really access them without using a ladder. You know, so like there were no stairs to go up or anything.
Right. She would have had to somehow climb up that slab.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So and they have the lids that are on top of them. The small lids are really heavy, and it'd be really tough to get in there and then close it yourself. I mean,
Right.
that's basically impossible.
She's a little girl.
Yeah. The police dogs that searched through the hotel for Elisa and even on the roof shortly after her disappearance didn't find any trace of her, but they didn't search. It's reported that they didn't search near the water tanks. So that's kind of, that's,
You would think you would search everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of odd.
I mean, it seems unlikely she was able to do this herself, right?
That's kind of what I lean towards.
Do all this, get up in there, close the lid. I mean, it seems like dropping her in there is probably a pretty good way for someone to
Especially
decompose a body and kind of remove any DNA
evidence.
evidence.
Especially because I feel like these water tanks were pretty full. So not only would she have to be strong enough to close a lid, she would be floating in water. Like you're not going to get much support. You're not going to be able to plant your feet and close something.
yeah.
You're floating
Yeah, exactly.
in water and closing a heavy lid.
So my theory about the lid, because I do think that she did this herself on accident. My theory on the lid is that like maybe the day after or something, a hotel worker came up there and was doing stuff. Was like, oh fuck, somebody left the lid open and climbed up there and just shut it.
But then did no one say that? Like, wouldn't the worker have said, oh, hey, I shut the lid that night? Like you would think
assume
that
he
would come up in
wouldn't.
an investigation. Like if you didn't know that she was in there and you were like, oh yeah, I worked Tuesday morning and I came up there and saw it was open. I closed it.
Maybe not. Maybe they didn't want to think that they would be a suspect for something. I don't know.
Or they were an illegal, or who knows?
Yeah, something.
That just seems to me. I mean, it seems like that could be very well possible. But I feel like if that was me, I would have been like, oh yeah, that I shut that. Because I would want, if it was a murder case, I would want them to solve it. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want to have that on my conscience that I didn't give up that information, that I closed it.
Well,
You never know. Like you said, it could be an illegal
Look, I mean, it's not the greatest place. I'm sure the people that work there are not,
Well, we don't
not
know.
to
We
cast
don't know.
aspersions
We
on
don't
anyone.
know.
But, I mean, the clientele that's staying there is not, top notch. So.
Right.
I just feel like if someone would have closed the lid, that would have come out. Like they probably would have asked some hotel staff, "Did you close the lid?" Because if you say no, then now you're a conspiracy to this crime. I don't. Maybe they're okay with that. I don't know.
I don't know. That's just my theory on how it would have gotten closed once she was in
I mean,
there.
that's not that unlikely. That's not.
Right.
There's worse theories out there. Much worse theories.
So her autopsy report is question 2. It doesn't give the results for a rape kit and a fingernail kit that were taken, and it doesn't even say if they were actually even processed. It also talks about pooling of blood around her anal area, which some people say is a sign of sexual abuse. But then there's pathologists on record saying that it could have resulted from her bloating, from being in water.
Sure. And I think, I don't know if we touched on this, some people had thought maybe it was drug use, but toxology reports came back that she was clean for the most part, right?
Yeah, so the toxicology things that I could find, as far as her bipolar medication was concerned, she took it showed that she would have taken the Wellbutrin and the Effexor that day, which those are both the antidepressants, but there wasn't enough Lamictal or Seroquel in her system to like really say that she took it
To
that
substantiate
day.
that she had been taking them. So she might have been off some of her meds.
Right.
Which could explain an episode or some of the behaviors.
Yeah, and there's debate on like the pill count, like the pills that she had on her versus when she got them prescribed, but
Literally nothing with this story has a definitive answer.
No.
Everything is shady.
And she was floating in water for 3 weeks. I mean, does that affect the accuracy of these tests?
That's a good question. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, certainly they had to be degraded, right?
I would imagine so.
You would think to some degree.
Yeah.
This is where her Tumblr blog from earlier gets tied in. Since her death, her blog was updated, and chances are she queued it, which I guess you can put a queue in with Tumblr and it'll just automatically post
Okay.
when you want it to. But that obviously is going to spark some
With
form
posting
of
after your death.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
because her phone wasn't found with her or in her hotel room.
It had been missing for a while, from what I remember reading. Her
Oh, was
phone.
it?
Yeah, for at least a few days, or I thought that's what I had read, that it was a few days.
Right.
She had been missing her phone.
I have my Twitter program on the day after my death to post all kinds of nasty stuff about people that I was always
Your
afraid to
actual
say.
thoughts
Yes,
about them.
100%.
But it doesn't have a date. It just knows once you're dead, now to
Correct.
post. 24 hours post.
Correct.
Awesome.
I can't tell you how the logic works behind it, but it's safe to say it's going to happen.
But it's around the same logic as remote viewing.
Correct. And Olivia Wilde will be getting a tweet.
And her nudes will be posted on your account.
Yeah, so I mean that's the gist of
That's Elisa
the
Lam.
story.
I guess what
really.
makes it creepy is just her movements and everything in the elevator. I mean, if the elevator tape didn't exist, I don't think we would even.
This would
have
just
ever
be
heard.
another sad
Yeah.
story of a missing person that was
It's only,
found dead.
yeah, it's only
The-
creepy because of the video.
The elevator video makes it creepy, and then on top of that, there's just so many unknowns that it just lets your imagination run wild based on one video of her acting a little bit odd.
Yeah, and I mean, Seroquel is a pretty heavy duty antipsychotic, and from and even if the toxicology report I read was even accurate, I think it said like 25 milligrams, which that's not a lot. I mean, you can go way up from there on that,
But again, 25 milligrams after weeks of sitting in water.
yeah, I mean, who knows? But I mean, if she wasn't taking it,
Could she? So the Seroquel was one she wasn't taking?
supposedly.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, if she wasn't taking that, I mean,
Could she had OD'd on the other two? And maybe that put her like just in a different mindset and to act a little bit different?
I don't know. And that's the other thing too that's interesting that I didn't even think of until you said that is how long had she been on that concoction? You know what I mean? Has
Of these four meds?
Right. Like, has that been something that kept her stable for a year or two? Or was that something new that she started before she left town and
Right.
it wasn't really known how all that worked together? Because
Could she have mixed it with alcohol and that had some bad effects?
there was a little bit of alcohol in her system too.
Again, 3 weeks later.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to affect. Some scientists out there is telling us how fucking stupid we are for saying her sitting in water has nothing to do with it.
Right.
But I don't know. There's just so many unknowns of the story. That mixed with the video makes it pretty creepy.
Yeah, her movements are really bizarre.
Yeah.
But
And
go ahead.
well, I don't even. If it wasn't for the weird hand movements,
Yeah, exactly.
you would
Right.
think she was just being paranoid. Like you would think more along the lines of that.
Someone was following her. Or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
whether it was real or not, whatever, because you can't see. But then she goes. You would think if someone was coming after her, she wouldn't go out and start doing those weird,
Yeah.
like
And
swimming.
if the elevator wasn't moving, you would get the fuck out of there. You wouldn't go back in.
Well,
the
that's
elevator.
what, was she just being frustrated that the elevator wasn't working? And that mixed with whatever odd, maybe she was a little bit buzzed that night. Maybe she's not used to drinking, so she had weird movements. And that mixed with frustration, that's why she was kind of acting.
Yeah,
maybe we saw it as
sure.
scared. Maybe she was just annoyed the elevator wasn't freaking working.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just all creepy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what Seroquel and alcohol would do to you, because Seroquel in jails and shit, they hoard that shit and sell it as like
Right.
a replacement for heroin. It makes you real like zombie like. So who knows? I don't know what that
but
would
again,
do.
no report. We don't know. We don't know if she was at the hotel bar. No one came forth and said anything. We don't know. Maybe she had booze in her room.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're speculating, but
It's just a sad story.
yeah. All right. Well, happy ending. Not.
Check the video out and let us know what you think.
Yeah, I'll probably post the video here for this episode. So we'll have to just find the version to post on Instagram too.
Yeah.
Let people check it out. But the full version you can find on YouTube and just about anywhere. I think it's about 4.5 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like the last minute and a half or 2 minutes, or just the elevator.
Like the last minute or so,
Yeah,
maybe.
and
Yeah,
just
it
going by
finally
itself.
closes. Yeah, something like that. All right. Anything else on Elisa Lam? Ian, you got anything?
Nope.
Dave, you got anything?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys Sunday.
Cheers.